One of us is next. Chapter 5, Phoebe, Thursday, February 20. Bizarre, I say to Owen. He leaned forward on a stool at the kitchen island, scratching his face in concentration. Can you use it in a sentence? I hesitate, and he lets out a small sigh. There's one on the back of the index card. Oh, right. Flip the card I'm holding and read. The bizarre movie was so strange that we left the theater in stunned silence. Bizarre, Owen says. Bazar. Then he grins expectantly, like he's waiting for some thumbs up. I've given some thumbs up I give him for a dozen words straight. I blink at him, flashcard in his hand. There are a lot of things that can distract me from the past 24 hours, but Owen getting tripped up while practicing for his middle school spelling bee is one of them. He's usually at high school level with this kind of stuff. No, I tell him, you spelled the wrong word. What? He blinks, adjusting his glasses. I spelled the word you gave me. Bazar is like a marketplace. The word for strange is spelled Bizarre. Can I see? Owen asked, holding his hand up for the flashcard. I don't usually help him with anything school related, but guilt over being such a horrible assistant to Emma prompted me to offer when I got home. He was so pleasantly surprised that now I feel even worse. I know Owen wants more attention from Emma and me. It's obvious how much hovering he does. My brother is nosy by nature, and it gets worse when we have friends over. He wanders into my room constantly when Jules is around, and he trails Emma to her tutoring sessions at the library sometimes. We both get annoyed with him, even though, I know, and I'm sure Emma does too, that he just wants to be part of things. It would be so easy to invite him in, but we don't. We stay in our lanes. Of course! Fresh Girl makes my voice overly sweet, and Owen starts to confused look as he takes the card. We're alone in the apartment with Mom and her office manager job, and Emma, not here. We're alone in the apartment with Mom at her office manager job and Emma not here. I barely seen her since Mr. Sanchez put us into the Cafe Congo kitchen and suggested we go home and talk. Emma agreed, but as soon as we left the restaurant, she ducked off to her friend Jillian's house and spent the night there instead. She wouldn't answer any of my texts and avoided me at school, which is kind of relief, except for the part where it's only postponing the inevitable. Huh, I thought it was the other way around. Owen drops the flashcard onto the counter and blows a raspberry. That's embarrassing. Urs rubs his hair. He's not a little kid anymore, although he still acts like one. Sometimes I feel like Owen froze time after Dad died, perpetually 9 years old, no matter how much dollar he gets. Owen is smarter than either Emma or me. He has my near genius level, and he keeps our laptops running with synced with everyone's phones in ways that mystify the rest of us. But he's so emotionally young that Mom has never had him skip a grade, even though he could easily do the work. Before I can reply, he turns our front door lock and my heart starts to pound. It's too early for Mom to be home, which means Emma's finally making her appearance. My sister comes to the door with her backpack slung over one shoulder and a duffel bag on the other. She's dressed in a pale blue Oxford shirt and jeans, her hair pulled back with the navy headband. Her lips are thin and chapped. She stops short when she sees me and lets both bags drop to the ground. Hey, I say, and my voice comes out like a squeak, then disappears. Hi, Emma, Owen says cheerfully. You won't believe how bad I messed up a spelling word. He waits expectantly, while she manages a strange smile he has. You know the word bizarre? Like when something's really strange? I do, Emma says, her eyes on me. I spell it Bazar, like the shopping place. Oh, well, that's understandable, Emma says. She looks like she's making a massive effort to speak normally. Are you going to try again? Nah, I got it now, Owen says, signing off of school. I'm gonna go play Bounty Wars for a while. Neither Emma nor I reply as he shuffles down the hallway to his bedroom. As soon as the door closes with a soft click, Emma folds her arms and turns to me. Why? She says quietly. Her mouth is desert dry. I grab for a half-full glass of warm Fanta that Owen left on the counter and drink the whole thing before answering. I'm sorry. Emma's face straightens. I can see her throat move when she swallows. That's not a reason. I know, but I am. Sorry. I mean, I never meant it. It's just... There was this party at Jules' house the night before Christmas. Eve and Derek. She flinches when I say his name, but I keep going. It turns out that he knows Jules' cousin. They went to camp together and they both play saxophone. I'm babbling now, and Emma just stares at me with increasingly pending expressions. I went to hang out at the party with Jules, and he was there. And repeats in a dull monotone. So that's your reason? Proximity? I put my mouth and close it. I don't have a good answer. Not for her, and not for myself. I've been trying to figure it out for almost 2 months because I was drunk. Sure, that's just an excuse. Alcohol doesn't make me do stuff I wouldn't otherwise do. It just gives me a push to do things I would have done anyways. Because you were broken up. Yeah, for 3 whole weeks. Emma met Derek at Model UN over the summer, and they dated for 5 months before he ended things. I don't know how. I don't know why she never told me. Just like she never talked about their dates. But I firsthand, in our uncomfortably close quarters, how but I saw firsthand in our uncomfortably close quarter how much time she always spent getting ready. They might eventually have gotten together if Derek and I hadn't smashed that possibility to bits. Because I liked him. Ugh, that's the cherry on top of my bad decision Sunday. I didn't even much. Because I wanted to hurt you. Not consciously, but sometimes I wonder if I'm edging towards an uncomfortable truth with this one. I've been trying to get Emma's attention ever since Dad died, but most of the time she just looks right through me. Maybe some twisted corner of my brain wanted to force her to notice me. In which case, mission accomplished. Her eyes bore into mine. He was my first, she says. My only. I didn't know because you never told me, but I guessed as much. And I know that Derek holding that place in her life makes all of this even worse. I feel a sharp stab of regret as I say, I'm sorry, Emma. Truly, I do anything to make it up to you. And I swear to God, I didn't tell anyone, not even Jules. Derek must have. Stop saying his name! Emma's shriek is so piercing that it stuns me in the silence. I don't want to hear it. I hate him and I hate you, and I never want to talk to either one of you again as long as I live. Tears start spilling down her cheeks, and for a second, I can't breathe. Emma almost never cries. The last time was at Dad's funeral. Emma, can we please? I mean it, Phoebe. Leave me alone. She stalks past me into our bedroom, slamming the door so hard that it rattles on its hinges. Almost the door swings open slowly, but before he can pop his head out and start asking questions, I grab my keys and get the hell out of our apartment. My eyes are starting to swim, and I blink a few times before the person waving at me in the hallway comes into focus. Hi, Addie Prentice calls. I was going to check if your mom's home. She pauses when she gets closer, her pixie features scrunching in concern. Are you alright? Fine, allergies, I say with my eye. Addie looks unconvinced, so I talk faster. My mom is still at work, but she should be back in an hour or so. Do you need something before then? I could call her. Oh, there's no rush, Addie says. I'm planning Ashton's bachelorette party. I wanted to run some restaurant ideas by her. I'll just text her. She smiles and the knot in my chest loosens a little. Addie gives me hope, because even though her life fell apart when Simon's blog revealed her worst mistake, she put things back together, better than before. She's stronger, happier, and much closer to her sister. Addie is the queen of second chances, and right now, I really need the reminder that those exist. What kind of places are you thinking? I ask. Something low-key. Addie makes a wry face. I'm not sure I should even use the term bachelorette party, bachelorette party. That conjures a certain image, doesn't it? It's just a girl's night out, really. Someplace where I can get in. It's an impulse to invite Eddie to come with me, even though I have no idea where I'm going. I was just looking for an escape hatch before I can come up with a good reason to hang out. She glances at her back at her door and says, I better go. I need to order some for Ash's wedding favors. Maid of honor duties are never done. What kind of favors? Candied almonds and bags. Super original, right? But Ash and Eli both love them. Do you want help putting them together? I ask. I've become kind of an expert at wedding favors now that my mom is constantly testing them out. Addie beams. That would be amazing. I'll let you know when I have them. She turns back to her apartment with a little wave. Enjoy wherever you're headed. It's beautiful out. I will. I stuff my keys into my pocket. The boosted move I got from talking to Addie fades quickly as it came. Emma's words keep looking through my mind as I take the elevator down to the lobby. I hate him and I hate you, and I never want to talk to either one of you again as long as I live. Addie and Ashley might not have gotten along before last year, but I'll bet they never had that conversation. When the door swings open, I cross fake marble floors and push through the heavy glass door into bright sunshine. I didn't grab my sunglasses when I left, so I had to shade my eyes as I walk to the park across the street. It's small, the length of a street block, and popular with hip young baby parents because of the toddler-sized climbing gym and nearby Whole Foods. I passed through the arched entrance, skirting around two little boys playing catch, and head for the relative quiet of a shade corner with an empty bench. Phone fell from my pocket with a singing filling. I get dozens of texts today, but other than confirming that none were from Emma, I couldn't stand to look at them. I wish for about the 100th time today that I realized this particular silent copycat was a real thing. I ignore the text from people I don't know well, and zero interest from Jules. You could have told me, I don't judge. I mean, that was shady, but we all make mistakes. My stomach drops. Jules was great today, a shield between me and the rest of the school. But I knew she was hurt that she found out about Derek the same time the rest of Bayview High. We usually tell each other everything, but I couldn't bring myself to tell her this. Jules' last message to me reads, Monica's giving me a ride home. You need one? I wish I read that before walking the 2 miles from school to my apartment, except Monica? Since when did she and Jules hang out? I picture Monica's gleefully phony outrage towards Sean during lunch, and I have a feeling that it started as soon as she saw the chance to dig up more dirt. Next number is from one I don't recognize and don't have programmed in my contacts. Hi, it's Maeve. Just checking in. You okay? Maeve's never texted me before. It's nice that she bothered, I guess. And she stood up to Sean at lunch today, but I don't really know what to say back. I'm not okay, but there's nothing that Maeve, with her perfect parents, her perfect sister, and an ex-boyfriend who's now her best friend, because even the people she dumps can't get out of her, can do about it. Brandon, come by. Parents are out. My face flames and temper spikes. I can't believe you, I growl at my screen. Except I can, because I've always known that Brandon cares less about me than he would about a new pair of football cleats. Laughing at me during lunch is totally in character, and I should have known better than to hook up with him in the first place. Unlike Emma, I've had a lot of boyfriends, and while I haven't slept with all of them, I did whenever it felt right. Sex was always a positive part of my life until last December when I slept in the Jules' laundry room with Derek, and I ran straight from him to Brandon, despite all the gigantic red flags that should have warned me away. Maybe after I screwed up so badly with Derek, I didn't think I deserved any better, but I do. One mistake shouldn't condemn anyone to a future filled with Brandon Webbers. I delete Brandon's message, send his number from my phone. That gives me a half second of satisfaction until I see the next text. Unknown. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Who's that for? I can't say anything else in the preview. I debate deleting this one too without reading any further, but there's no point. If this twist little game is talking about me, I'll hear about it eventually. So I click. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Who was up for another round? Then there's 50 responding texts from baby students begging for more assholes. I scroll through them until I get to the last one from Unknown. And I will be contacted soon. TikTok. And I remember why About That was so popular for so long, because even though I hate Unknown and it freaks me out that they revealed a secret that I thought would never get out, the idea of another Simon Kelleher prowling around Bayview High is straight up nauseating. I can't help but be curious. What's going to happen now?